What if the you that you think of as a single, unified self is actually just a story your brain tells itself after the fact? We're exploring this profound and perhaps unsettling idea in this talk from At Life Talk with Experience. For decades, we've operated under a simple assumption. We have a mind, and this mind, this I, is in charge. It makes decisions. It experiences the world. It is the command center. But what if that's fundamentally wrong? The pioneering work of neuroscientist Dr. Michael Gazzaniga, particularly with split-brain patients, revealed something astonishing. These were patients whose left and right brain hemispheres were surgically separated to treat epilepsy. And what researchers found was baffling. The two halves of the brain began to act independently. The right brain, which controls the left hand, could be shown an instruction like walk. The patient would then stand up and start to walk. Now here is the shocking part. The researcher would ask the patient, "Why are you walking?" Remember how the left brain, which controls language, did not see the instruction. It had no idea why the body was moving. But did the patient say, "I don't know"? Number. Instantly, the left brain invented a reason, a plausible story. The patient would say, "I'm going to get a soda." This phenomenon was observed over and over. The left hemisphere was inventing explanations for actions it did not command. Dr. Gazzaniga calls this the interpreter. It seems we have a part of our brain whose entire job is to create a coherent narrative, a story that makes sense of all the fragmented things our body does, all the signals it receives. This implies that our actions often come first, and our reason for those actions is generated after the action has already begun. Think about that. We believe we are acting based on our conscious thoughts and decisions, but the science suggests we often act based on unconscious processes, and our conscious mind simply justifies the action retroactively. So where does this leave us? What about free will? This is the second and most profound, shocking idea. If our sense of self is just the voice of this interpreter, this storyteller, then who is really making the choices? The evidence suggests that the mind is not one thing. It's a collection, a confederation of countless different modules, all operating in parallel. There's no single boss. Instead, there is this interpreter that takes the output of all these processes and weaves it into a single unified story, the story of you. We feel like we are in charge. We feel like we have a unified consciousness. But that feeling may be the greatest story ever told. This isn't to say we are hopeless automatons. It simply reframes our understanding. Perhaps free will is not about controlling every action, but about the interaction between our actions and the story we tell ourselves about them. The interpreter isn't necessarily lying to you. The interpreter is you, or at least the part of you that experiences consciousness. It's trying to make sense of a chaotic world. This understanding, this wisdom, doesn't have to be frightening. It can be liberating. It allows us to have more compassion for ourselves and for others. When we act in ways we don't understand, perhaps it's just our automatic systems running. And when we rationalize our behavior, perhaps that's just our interpreter trying its best to keep the story going. The experience of life is the story. The brain is the engine, but the interpreter is the storyteller. What story is your interpreter telling you? Thank you for joining this discussion. If this idea challenged you or made you think, Please share your thoughts in the comments below. We rely on your wisdom to grow this community. Please like, share, and subscribe to @Life Talk with Experience for more talks that question and expand our understanding of life. We'll see you in the next